You can't change what you refuse to see. And a lot of us, we're not stuck. We're just unaware of our patterns, unaware of our triggers, unaware of how we keep choosing the same pain, just dressed up in different people, different situations, different seasons. You keep asking, why does this keep happening to me? But a better question is, why do I keep allowing it? Let's get into it. Welcome to Shou Talks. This is the house we're building together. It's not a perfect house, but it's a real one. One with structure, one with intention, one that actually holds up when life gets heavy. And today, we're stepping into the awareness room. This is a sub room within the foundation room. And if you're not necessarily sure what I'm referring to, feel free to go back to past episodes where I introduced our core rooms. And the foundation room was one of the first core rooms. So before you fix anything, before you can grow, before you can build something solid, you have to see it clearly first. And that's what this room is about. Not judgment, not shame, just truth. Awareness is not just knowing. It's seeing yourself clearly without running, without sugarcoating, and without lying to yourself. That's the part a lot of people skip because people think awareness sounds like, I know I have flaws. I know I need to do better. I know. But no, that's surface level acknowledgement. Real awareness sounds like, I see exactly how I contributed to this. I see the pattern I keep repeating. I see the version of me that keeps showing up and is not aligned. And here's why this matters. Because you can't change a pattern you refuse to take ownership of. And a lot of people don't lack discipline. They lack awareness. I remember a time in my life where I kept saying, why do I always end up in the same situations? Different faces, different environment, same outcome. And I was frustrated, confused, low key feeling like life was just happening to me. Until one day, I had to sit with something uncomfortable. It wasn't just happening to me, I was participating in it. I was choosing familiar over healthy. I was ignoring red flags because I wanted potential. I was overextending myself because that's what I was conditioned to do. And that realization, it didn't feel empowering at first. It felt heavy. But it was the first honest moment that actually gave me my control back. And it taught me a few truths. The first one being that awareness requires honesty, not comfort. You can't be aware and in denial at the same time. A lot of people say they want growth, but they avoid the mirror. Because the mirror doesn't just show you your strengths, it shows you your habits, your blind spots, your role in your own frustration. Awareness will disrupt the story you've been telling yourself. And that's exactly why most people avoid it. Another truth it showed me was your patterns are not random. Nothing just keeps happening. There's always a pattern. The same arguments, the same burnout cycles, the same relationship dynamics, the same self-sabotage. And awareness is what helps you connect the dots. Because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, you can finally interrupt it. Third truth, awareness without action becomes avoidance. And let's be real for a second. Some people are very aware, but just stuck. Why? Because they stop at awareness. I know I do this. I know I struggle with this. Okay. And what are you going to do about it? Awareness is the doorway. It's not the destination. There was a moment where I caught myself in real time. Same situation. Same emotional response rising up. And for the first time, I paused. And I thought to myself, oh, this is me again. Not them, not the situation, me. And instead of reacting the way I always did, I chose differently. It wasn't perfect. It was not clean, but it was intentional. And that small moment, that's when I realized awareness isn't just about reflection. It's about interruption. Now, I want you to sit with this, not casually, but honestly. Where in your life are you repeating a pattern you keep blaming on other people? What is something you know about yourself, but haven't taken any action to change? And be real with yourself about this one. What are you avoiding seeing? Because it would require you to move differently. Don't rush through that. Think about it. Sit with it. Let it soak in so that you can truly get to the root. Here's what awareness actually looks like in real life. It looks like catching yourself mid-reaction and pausing. It looks like asking, why did that trigger me? Instead of pointing fingers. It looks like noticing your habits without immediately justifying them. Start small. You don't need to fix your whole life overnight. Just start observing your reactions, your choices, your energy. Because the goal isn't perfection, it's clarity. And once you have clarity, y'all, you move differently. The awareness room is not an easy room to sit in because it requires you to meet yourself fully. No distractions, no excuses, no performance. But it's one of the most powerful rooms in your house Because awareness is where ownership begins. And ownership, that's where your power lives. So don't just rush out of this room. Stay here long enough to actually see yourself. New episodes of Shou Talks drop every Wednesday. If this episode spoke to you, if it made you pause, if it made you think a little deeper, share it with someone who needs it. And I want to hear from you. What did you become aware of while listening to this? Drop it in the comments and let's talk about it. And as always, protect your peace, honor your growth, and keep building your house. I'll see you in the next round.